session of social science. I am Kavita here to present a very interesting a new lesson from social part, that is Unit 7, Freedom Movement. In today's session, we are going to learn on these main topics. Those are the rise of nationalism, INC, it means Indian National Congress, moderates and the radicals. These are the topics we are going to learn in today's session. Let's start our class with the rise of nationalism. So before going to learn the rise of nationalism, just once we have to recall in the previous lessons, isn't it? Yes, it's our duty. It means in first lesson, Europeans arrived to India. Yes or no? Yes. As the traders, Europeans arrived to India because the fall of Constantinople. As a result, Portuguese navigator Vasco da Gama found a new sea route to India. As a result, many Europeans arrived to India. And later on, they established their trade centers in India. Europeans like Portuguese, Dutch, British and French. After the establishment of their traders, by the capturing of the lack of unity among the Indians, the Europeans they want to control India, so that the clashes took among them. So finally, the war started between two European countries, isn't it? Those wars we call Carnatic Wars. Between whom did? It's none other than British and the French. Finally, British gained upper hand in the Carnatic Wars. They captured the eastern part of India. The next target to capture the Bengal region. Finally, they captured through the Battle of Plassey and the Battle of Buxar. The next target, they want to extend their route. They wanted to extend their empire all over India. Finally, southwestern part of India and northwestern part of India were captured by the British through the Anglo-Maratha Wars and Anglo-Sikh Wars. The British brought many changes in their administration. They introduced many cunning policies on the Indian ruler to control Indian princely state. So, for example, subsidiary alliance was introduced by Lord Wellesley, and the doctrine of lapsing was introduced by Lord Dalhousie. Now later on, the British implemented so many constitutional acts. One Company Act, one British Government Act. The later on, Anglo-Mysore War also started. These are all the development. 1857, Indian freedom. It means the first war of Indian independence was started in the year 1857. So these are all the concepts we discussed in the previous videos, from first lesson to up to the first war of Indian independence of 1857. Here, the rise of nationalism. How the nationalism started in India? Then what was the reason? Here, the Indian freedom movement. Indian freedom movement is an important, vibrant chapter in the Indian history. Because before that we studied kings, so many kings, they fought against the British because to protect their legacy kingdom. So that Indian freedom movement is an important, vibrant chapter in the freedom history. And before that we come across the Indian rulers, those who fought against the British because they extended their empire in India. So that many wars did between them. So these are all topics we discussed in the previous videos, isn't it? Yes. And the later on, because of all these development, the British brought many changes in their administration. They implemented various rules and regulations and acts and laws in the administration. So, during the second half of the 19th century, the British brought many changes, like for example, in the communication system, road transport, railway transport, and English medium education system. In the sense, modern education system, journalism, and a new culture was started in the during early part of the 19th century during the British ruling time. So, by the implementation of modern education system, it created awareness among the Indians about the freedom movement. Modern education system ಇಂದ ಆಗಿರಲಿ ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Because they brought many changes in their administration. And as a result, even farmers and tribal people had faced a lot of problems from the company, because British East India Company, they applied so much taxes on the farmers. So during the ruling of British ruling time, British and the farmers have faced a lot of problems from the company, so that they rebelled against the company. And the many princely states came under British rule because of they brought many political changes. So among them, the cunning policy, that is a doctrine of lapse. As a result, most of the Indian princely state came under British rule, and Indian princely state, they lost their importance, they lost their kingdom. So like that, British had gained very upper hand. These are all the developments had given to lead for 1857 revolt. ಇವಿಷ್ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಲೀಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲಿ 1857 revolt, as we studied in the previous lesson, the first war of Indian independence. So 1857, the first war of Indian independence, or else Sepoy Mutiny. Because for all this development of British administration, it was given lead for 1857 revolt, the first war of Indian independence. After end of the first war of Indian independence, as a result, what happened? As we studied in the previous lesson, after end of the 1857 revolt, in the year 1858, British East India Company came to an end. See here, before the starting of first war of Indian independence, British brought many changes in their administration. English medium education system, they applied, they introduced so many taxes, like permanent Jamindar system, Raidwar system, Mahalwar system, whatever. Who lost, who faced a lot of problems? Farmers and tribal peoples, etc. As a result, all this development, it was given to lead for the first war of Indian independence of 1857. After end of the 1857 revolt, as a result, British East India Company came to an end in the year 1858. Then who started to rule in India? So, as we got freedom in India 1858, 1857 first war of Indian independence ಆಯಿತು. 1858 freedom ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಂಪನಿ ಮತ್ತು ಎಂಡ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. In the 1858, British East India Company came to an end. Then what happened in India? Then who entered in Indian administration? So, in the year 1858, British East India Company came to an end, and Indian administration was handed over to Britain Queen Elizabeth. Andre up to 1857 company administration idre, from 1858 to 1947, who ended in the Indian administration, it is none other than Britain Queen Elizabeth. So, Britain Queen Elizabeth had entered in the Indian administration. So, this concept we studied in the previous lesson, isn't it? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಒಂದು ಎಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾರೋ ಒಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಮನ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ಆಡಳಿತದ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನನ್ ಅದರ್ ದೆನ್ ಬ್ರಿಟನ್ ಕ್ವೀನ್ ಎಲಿಜಬೆತ್. From 1858 to 1947, each and everything Indian administration was handed over to Britain Queen Elizabeth. So many changes during this period, from 1858 to 1947. Among them, 1861, I think in previous lesson, we discussed so many acts. For example, Regulating Act, Charter Act, Pension Act, 1861, 1892, 1909, 1998. These are all the acts we discussed in the previous video, isn't it? Among them, 1861, the British Government Act. This act was given to Indians to participating in legislative bodies, to creating the laws. 1861 Act ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶಾಸನ ಸಭೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. By this act, youth started to create the nationalism among the people. 1861 Act, it means the Indians who got chance to participate to legislative bodies. So these are all, as a result of all these development, educated youth started the sharing of the idea of nationalism. Because of all this development, youngsters, youth, they started sharing the rise of nationalism, their ideas. So the nationalism that started in our India by the youth. Because of all this development, the youth started rise of nationalism in India. The nationalism found its root, the concept reached every corner of the India, and the later many organizations were established in India because to start freedom movement in India. Because of all this development, ಇವಿಷ್ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾರತೀಯರಲ್ಲಿ, ಭಾರತದ ಯುವ ಶಕ್ತಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯತೆ ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು ಭಾರತೀಯರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So because of all this development, youth, Indian youngsters were starting to create the awareness about the nationalism among the Indian people. They created many organizations to fight against the British. This is the concept, the rise of nationalism. Next, move on. Another most important topic from this lesson, that is Indian National Congress. So before the establishment of INC, it means Indian National Congress, many private organizations were started in India during the freedom movement. Their intention to provide to create awareness among the Indian people about the freedom movement. Just before the establishment of a private organization, 1857 revolt had given to lead for Indian freedom movement. The 1857 revolt, it means the first war of Indian independence, was given to lead for Indian freedom movement. Because for all these development, youth, Indian youngsters were started to provide, they started to create awareness among the Indian people about the Indian freedom movement. So that before the establishment of INC, it means Indian National Congress, many private organizations were started in India during the Indian freedom movement. Then which are those private organizations? Because Indian youth, the youngsters, they provide they started to establishment of many private organizations. Just here, look at here, the private organizations were established by Indian youngsters. Those are the Hindu Mela, All Indian Association, Pune Public Sabha, and the Indian Association. These were the prominent private organizations were established by the Indian youngsters to provide, to create awareness about the awareness among the Indian people about the freedom movement before the establishment of INC. INC establishment ಆಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಯುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಯುವ ಜನರು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ನ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. ಎದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಮೂಡಿಸೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಚಳವಳಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they started to establishment of many private organizations. They provide the basic concept about the freedom movement for Indians, so that many private organizations were established here. Again, once I am going to tell, because this is carried by 2 marks. Name the private associations were established before INC. Like these questions will come. So, the Hindu Mela, All Indian Association, Pune Public Sabha, and the Indian Association. These were the four prominent private organizations were established in freedom movement. And later on, a newspaper opposed the stance of the British ruling time, and the newspaper during the reason Lord Lytton Vernacular Press Act was implemented to curb the independence of the independent press. All these development INC was established. So the later on newspaper also started to provide political issues and social and economical issues for the people. So because for all these development, it was given to establishment of INC in India. Then who was the founder of INC? Here look at here, INC, Indian National Congress. So Indian National Congress, which was changed the direction of Indian freedom movement. So INC took the leadership of the Indian freedom movement. So INC was changed the entire direction of Indian freedom movement. Then who was the founder of INC? So INC in the sense Indian National Congress. So INC was established by AOU in the year 1885. So who was the founder of INC? AOU. So AOU was the founder of INC, Indian National Congress. It was established in the year 1885. When INC was established in India, it was changed the entire direction of Indian freedom movement. So INC was established by AOU. The first meeting conducted at Bombay in the year 1885. So INC was established by AOU in the year 1885. The first meeting conducted at Bombay. So INC, Indian National Congress, took the leadership of Indian freedom movement, and W.C. Banerjee was the first president of INC. Then who was the first president of INC? It is none other than W.C. Banerjee. W.C. Banerjee was the first president of INC. Then who was the founder of INC? That is AOU. When it was started? In the year 1885. Then where was the first meeting conducted? At Bombay. So W.C. Banerjee was the first president of INC. So who is AOU? AOU was a retired British civil servant. So he was a British retired civil servant, and later on he met political leaders in the cities like Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. AOU yaru nivritta British adhikari agirtane. So he met political leaders ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಥಳಗಳು ಹೋಗಿ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ನ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. He met political leaders cities in like Madras, Bombay and Calcutta. The main aim of INC, the main aim of Indian National Congress, that is the Congress declared that the achieving national unity, it's a primary aim during the first national meeting. The main aim of INC, that achieving national unity as a primary aim. The declaration at the first meeting. Again, once I'm repeating here, INC was established by AOU in the year 1885. At first meeting at Bombay, the first president of INC, W.C. Banerjee. Then the main aim of INC, that achieving national unity, it's a primary aim. It was declaration at the first meeting. And later the INC changed the entire direction of Indian freedom movement, and when it became very popular in our India, they started to create the awareness among the Indians, about the people. The British attempted to break down the disunity among the Indians. So same here, their main intention to providing the good awareness about Indian freedom movement. and as well as newspapers were published in India. The discussions about social life, about economical life, about Indian freedom movement and everything, because that each and everything matters were reached for common people. Even newspaper were a prominent role in the freedom movement. ಆ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೃತ್ತಪತ್ರಿಕೆಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್, ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ರೀಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ದ ಲೇಟರ್ ಆನ್ ದೇ ನಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ದೇರ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೂಲ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೃತ್ತಪತ್ರಿಕೆ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಆರ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರೀಚ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. That is in that the discussions about political, social and economical life, everything. And as well as British, they implemented divide and rule policy. That matter also was reached for the people. This is all the development nationalism started. Thus, in the beginning, INC had been very popular all over India. The British attempted to break disunity among the Indians. ಯಾವಾಗ INC ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟನ್ನ ದೂರ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ದ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ INC. And the later, during the later part of the 19th century, different opinions were started among the INC leaders. So before the 19th century, there were very strong unity and everything. But later part of the 19th century, the different opinion was started among the Indian leaders, Indian INC leaders. Due to their differentious opinion, INC had divided into two groups. Those are one the moderates, another radicals. Because of due to their differentious opinion, INC had divided into two groups. Those are one the moderates, another radicals. So 1885 to 1905, the first era moderates, and the 1905 to 1919, the second age of radicals. So moderates and radicals divided the INC because of what? Due to the different opinion. So that entire INC are divided into two groups, one the moderates, another radicals. So this is the concept about INC. Next move on, another most important topic from this lesson, that is moderates and another radicals. As I told in the previous concept, early part of the 19th century, the differentious opinions were started among the INC leaders. Due to their different opinion, INC had divided into two groups. Those are one the age of moderates, another the age of radicals. Then who are the prominent leaders of moderates and who are the prominent leaders of radicals? Then how moderates try to get the freedom for Indian people and how radicals try to get for Indian freedom people. These are all the concepts now we are going to learn. So let us discuss about the first age, the first group of INC, that is moderates. Traditionally, the first 20 years of Indian National Congress, that we call the moderates age, duration period from 1885 to 1905. This age we call moderates. Then who are the prominent members of moderates? Yes, look at here, W.C. Banerjee, M.G. Ranade, Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Naoroji and Gopal Krishna Gokhale. These were the prominent leaders of moderates age. Here, basically moderates, we call it soft persons. Very soft person and very sensitive person, very soft corner person. The moderates members had faith in the British rule. They had believed in the British rule and their judiciary. They used to table, the moderates members, they used to table their demands through the request and the prayers. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಶೆಡ್ಯೂಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ದ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ moderates had believed in the British rule. They had believed in the British rule and judiciary. They had faith in the British rule. They used to make a table their demands with the frame of the prayers and request. ತಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗಳನ್ನ, ತಮ್ಮ ಬೇಡಿಕೆಗಳನ್ನ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮತ್ತು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್? ನೆವರ್. They tried to bring the political awareness among the Indian people. They conducted many public meetings. They conducted discussions about Indian freedom movement. They basically moderates, very soft-core persons. Their demands and everything through the prayers and request. ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗಳು ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮತ್ತು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಈಡೇರಿಸಬೇಕಂತ ಭಾವಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. Is it possible? Never. So they tried to they tried to bring the political awareness among the people about the Indian freedom. They conducted many meetings to discussions about Indian freedom movement. And as well as moderates were the first group to discussions about ill effects of the British rule in India. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ಒಂದು ಆಡಳಿತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಇಂಟು ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇ ಡ್ರೈನ್ theory which was written by Dadabhai Naoroji. So the moderates were the first member to discussions about ill effect of the British rule of India. It means the drain theory had explained about Indian wealth. So drain theory which was written by Dadabhai Naoroji. So ಭಾರತದ ಸಂಪತ್ತಿನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೇಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಗ್ಲೆಂಡ್ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹರಿದು ಹಂಚಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರೆದಂತ ಒಂದು ಕೃತಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ. ಇದು ಬರೋದು ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ? ದಾದಾಬಾಯಿ ನವರೋಜಿ. ಸೊ ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ which was written by Dadabhai Naoroji. In that we come to know that how Indian wealth were exploited in England. ಭಾರತ ಸಂಪತ್ತು ಹೇಗೆ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಆಡಳಿತದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಬಾರಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿದವ್ರು ಯಾರಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಡ್ರೈನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. Drain theory had explained about the Indian wealth were exploited in the England country, which it was written by Dadabhai Naoroji. So this is the concept about moderates. And next to move on, radicals. How radicals were fight against the British. Then who are the prominent members of the radicals? Here, as I told you, moderates are very soft core person, very soft because they believed in British rule. So the soft stance of the moderates toward the British were unhappy. But they are request to prayer ಮೂಲಕ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾಕ್ಕೆ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ. So the soft stance of the moderates were become unhappy, so that radicals they used a word for moderates, politically beggars. The politically beggars word used by radicals to whom? For moderates. ಹೇಳಿ moderates ಮಂದಗಾಮಿಗಳು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮೂಲಕ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಡಿಮ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಈಡೇರಿಸಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಪ್ರೇಯರ್ ಮತ್ತು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ moderates. So that radicals they are calling for moderates as a political beggars. To whom do they call? Political beggars ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅವರು? moderates. ಯಾರು ಕರೆದ್ರು? radicals ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So politically beggars were used by radicals for moderates. So here the soft stance of the moderates towards unhappy with a group of the Congress, so that radicals they were called for moderates as a politically beggars. radicals ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ moderates ನ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಬೆಗ್ಗರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್ members of the radicals. Shortly we call, every time we used to call Lal Bhal Pal. The prominent members of the radicals, in every time we used to call them as short form, Lal Bhal Pal. It means Lal Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, along with them Arvind Ghosh. So these were the prominent leaders of the radicals. The prominent leaders of the radicals, every time we used to call a very short name, Lal Bal Pal. Lal Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, along with them Arvind Ghosh. They were radicals in the sense very aggressive person. They are soft stance person, but radicals very aggressive. They were criticized the soft stance of the moderates. They were ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ಸ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಯ ಮೂಲಕ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸೈಸ್ಡ್. ದೇ ವರ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸೈಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮಾಡರೇಟ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಮಾಡರೇಟ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವರು ವೆರಿ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟೆಡ್ one of the most important session of social science, and remaining topics we will study in the next session. Till then, keep watching video. Thank you and have a nice day.